Hey, hello everyone! Welcome to my new video! We just passed Halloween, we're the 4th of November right now. Who thinks Halloween thinks about squashes? Squashes, pumpkins, squashes, you've got many kinds of squashes. Here I've got a butternut squash, I've got a peppered squash, and there's many more kinds of squashes. You can do a lot of things with squashes. First, you can use them as
an original set of book stoppers. Look at this table. It looks plain and boring. But if you add up some squash on it, it now looks lovely. If the battery of your wireless phone at home is dead, you could always use a squash as an emergency phone. Something totally different? Use them as DVD stoppers. And finally, for people who like to follow every trend and fashions, you could always use a squash as a clothing hanger. Very stylish.
Okay, so we're gonna do our cream of squashes, and personally, I'm gonna do it while watching Trailer Park Boys. I don't know if you know that TV series. It's a Canadian show. It's been really popular. Personally, it took me a few watches to really enjoy it, but now I'm really into it about the whole series lately. So I'm gonna be watching that as I'm not filming. For our cream, I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna need. We're gonna need, of course, squashes. Personally, I'm gonna use 2 butternut squashes and 1 peppered squash. We're gonna need as well some concentrated chicken broth. We're gonna need a pan, a knife, a cutting board, and a big pot in which we're gonna make our cream. At the end, we're gonna need some cooking cream, but you'll see it's only at the end. And if you want, you can add some herbs and some spices. Personally, I'm gonna add some salt, pepper, garlic, and maybe a few herbs. Maybe some rosemary, who knows? I'm gonna go by the moment. So let's go, let's start. Okay, so we're gonna start by cleaning up all those squashes. You're gonna see it's really easy. You're gonna need a bowl, a spoon, a knife, and a cutting board. If you're good as me with a knife, it's gonna be really easy. Let's go. See? Really easy. So now we're gonna clean them up. Let's go. You're gonna take your spoon and you're just gonna remove all the seeds and all that gooey part right there in the hole. So just do a good job here. Remove as much as you can. Once you're done with all the cleaning part, you can dispose of all those seeds. And then you're gonna start your oven at 350 Fahrenheit, and you're gonna take some olive oil. For this part, you're gonna take your squash and you're gonna trace some lines with your knife into the meat of the squash. That part will help all the oil and the heat to go through all that meat. It's gonna help you cook your squash. There you go. Once you're done, just add a little bit of olive oil. You put it on a pan and you'll put it in the oven as long as all the meat is soft. You need that meat to be really soft to remove it and put it in the chicken broth at the end. But we're gonna do that as we're ready. You'll see. Okay, so I have so many squashes that I'm gonna need 2 pans. It's not a problem. We're gonna use 2. Okay, so while the squashes are cooking, we're gonna start preparing our chicken broth, and then we're gonna put it on the oven. Like that, it will be warm already when we're gonna be ready to put the squashes in. Okay, so I don't have any quantity to let you know about for the chicken broth. Personally, I've put some water up to here in my pot, and I think it will be enough. At the end, we're just gonna add all the meat, and we're gonna ground it up just to be sure, you know, that the cream is well built. If there's too much liquid as we go by, we're just going to remove a little bit of that liquid, and we're going to be able to crush it to the consistency that we want. Perfect. So now we only have to wait until everything's ready. So we're gonna watch our TV show for now. It's really hot. Okay, so I've got a fork. Okay, so the inside is soft. We're ready. We're gonna remove all those squashes from the pan. Let's turn off the heat, of course. Okay. Put that here now. Second plate. Okay, there you go. Okay, so the trick here will be to remove your squash from your pan. Just be careful because it might break just like now. There you go. 1, 2, and 3. Put that in the sink under cold water. There you go. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna use here a spoon. We're gonna remove all the inside of the squashes, and we're gonna put that into the chicken broth, which is already hot because we've put it already on the oven. So let's do it. We're really hot. Just be careful not to add some of the skin of your squash to the mix. What you might do is take a thing like that on which you can put something hot and you won't burn your counter. Just place your chicken broth on it. It's gonna be easier and less messy. Oops. If you want, you can let that, you know, get colder. It's going to be easier to do because right now it's really hot and I'm kind of burning my fingers. Okay, so I'm now done removing all the meat from the squashes. It's all in my broth. I'm going to show you what it looks like, but for now I'm just going to put it on the oven. I'm going to raise the temperature so it can cook better. We're going to stir with a wooden spoon a few times in the meantime. And when we're ready, we're gonna use a hand grinder, and we're gonna, you know, ground everything up to get a nice real cream of squashes. I'll show you. Okay, while it cooks, it's time to clean our surface and to start preparing the herbs and the spices. So I've got some nice fresh garlic here. We're gonna add that up to the mix. So we're gonna add up some garlic, like I said. We're gonna use 3 cloves. I don't want it to taste too much garlicky, but I want it to, you know, have that nice taste. So only 3 cloves should do it for the size of the batch I'm doing. Okay, so the garlic is with the mix. We're gonna add some salt, table salt, and some grounded pepper, just to, you know, get the taste a little bit richer. If you ask me, another ingredient that goes really well with some squashes is some ginger. So I've got here some frozen fresh ginger root. I'm gonna cut myself a piece and add it up to the mix. Okay. Don't forget, of course, to peel your ginger. It's gonna be better like that. Okay, so we're almost done here adding up the ingredients. I'm gonna go with 2 last herbs. You know me, I'm a big fan of rosemary, so we're gonna add up some of it in our mix. And we're gonna add up some parsley as well to give some flavor and some color to our mixture. Let's go. Now that I've added everything in there, I'm just going to put the cover on my pot and let it boil for a few minutes. I'm going to stir a few times in the meantime, just to be sure that nothing sticks at the bottom of my pot. Okay, so I think my recipe is kind of done. There's a nice aroma, a really sweet aroma in the house, in the kitchen. And the color of my liquid is kind of orange. All the color of the squash mixed with my liquids, so it kind of give me the hint that everything's ready to ground up. So what we're going to do now, we're going to bring our pot right here on this nice surface, and we're going to plug an end mixer, and we're going to ground everything up to the mixture, to the kind of texture we're looking for. It's a cream, so it needs to be really homogeneous, but it needs to be thick. So let's do it. I'm going to show you before we ground it up what it should look like. Now that I'm done grounding everything up with the hand mixer, what we're going to do, we're going to look at the texture of our cream to see if it's the texture we're looking for. Personally, I would have liked it to be thicker, but what's done is done. Next time I could remove some of the chicken broth to get it a little bit thicker, but now we're gonna go for the taste. It's good, but it's missing salt and pepper if you ask me, so we're just gonna add up a few of those ingredients. Okay, so I've mixed everything up. Let's try it now. Exactly what I was looking for. So, if you ask me, I'm done with that recipe. Now, what's left for us to do is to serve it to our guests if we're inviting people to eat. You can have it with your girlfriend. Just put it in a nice bowl. If you want, add some cream on top. I'm going to show you how to create a nice presentation. And there you go. You've got a nice meal. Really nutritive, cheap, really good, and easy to create. I hope you enjoy my recipe. I invite you to try it, and please, if you do, leave me some comments on my site, michupichu007, and I invite you as well to subscribe to my channel. There's many recipes to watch already, and there's many more to come in the future. See you next time. Bye bye.